When I tell you that I was excited to do this review for a couple months, I mean it. Falcon PEV Zero 9 e-scooter is kind of a sweet spot e-scooter for me. It fits a lot of my mission as a rider. My wife and I live in a pretty big city where the streets are really uneven and it doesn't always make for the best ride. We ride primarily for fun rather than for a commute, but we really wanted something that could handle city life really well. Needless to say, we were really happy when these boxes showed up at our doorstep. Hi, I'm Ryan for eScootNews, and today we're checking out the Falcon PEV Zero 9. I was really picky when I started researching for a scooter that I thought would fit me best as a rider. I needed a slightly larger than average tire and I needed some decent suspension. After all, how am I going to handle these kind of nasty, uneven streets? I needed it to be lightweight enough so that it was easy to take in and out of buildings and that I wouldn't hurt my back in the process. I needed something that was very easy to set up and tear down. I really wanted an e-scooter that was built very well. We needed it to have a decent range because we always end up going on really long rides. I didn't need a whole lot of speed in an e-scooter, but I wanted the ability to go faster if I wanted to, especially if that meant that I gained acceleration in the process. I really wanted to be visible to all riders and cars around me. Have you seen the light kit on the Zero 9? One of the first things that you're going to see when you pull a Zero 9 out of a box is a manual from Falcon PEV on everything that you need to know about this e-scooter. Underneath that, you'll find a multi-tool which can adjust anything that you have on the scooter. Riders should know that when you pull it out of the box, you'll probably have to adjust some of the things on the handlebar. Next to the multi-tool is a charger. Please be mindful that the first charge on any e-scooter is going to be the most important one for the life of the battery. In the course of testing this e-scooter, we've logged a little more than 100 miles now. We've tested it on many different types of terrain, a lot of different places we've ridden, which has been really fun, and I think that it's performed really well so far. Knowing that I'm 6'3" and about 180 pounds, I kind of assumed that I wasn't quite going to get the full range that was advertised, and I was a little bit right. I ended up averaging about 23 miles per charge, and I was riding mostly on flat terrain, although I did hit a couple of hills and I did a little bit of off-roading as well. One really nice thing about this e-scooter is that they offer 3 different gears or modes on the LCD display that change the speeds that you're able to hit while you're riding. It also changes the acceleration. Most of the riding I did was in mode or gear number 1, which had a top speed of about 13 miles an hour. I felt kind of, for the area that I was riding this in, which had a lot of people, that was more of a safe choice. I did some rides in gears number 2 and number 3, but I wasn't really able to go full top speed in either of them. In gear number 2, I got up to 22 or 23 miles per hour, but again, there were just too many people around for me to feel safe riding like that. While we're talking a little bit about speeds and maybe the motor, have you ever paid attention to how quiet the Zero 9 is? Watch and listen as I ride this through a very quiet area. The only big downside that I found with this e-scooter was that it doesn't display your battery life in percentage. It has a battery icon with 5 bars and it goes down obviously as you ride it, but I'd like something that's a little bit more precise so I can know exactly where my battery is when I'm done riding. While we're talking about speed, we should probably also talk about braking. One thing that I loved about this e-scooter was the very well built front brake, which was a disc, and then the rear brake, which was a drum, which is a little bit easier on maintenance typically. It was slightly awkward for me having my rear brake on the left, which is the opposite of what it would be if you'd go out and ride a bicycle. But the brakes performed really smoothly and they did very well on all my rides in every area, even going down hills. I haven't had to do any maintenance on the e-scooter yet, primarily because of how well it came set up from Rev Rides. Nathan and his team at Rev Rides did a fantastic job of making sure that I got a very well set up e-scooter right out of the box. In my opinion, this e-scooter has a really superior build quality. This thing has an extremely rugged chassis and it handled everything that I threw at it. The Falcon PEV website says that it can handle up to 220 pounds of weight, and I believe it. At every point in the build of this e-scooter, you can find quality parts made out of quality materials, and that's something that can't really be said about all of the e-scooters in this industry, unfortunately. We've had such a blast riding the 09s over the past couple of weeks, and it's really stepped up to the plate for all the challenges that we've set for it. It has a great rugged build quality matched with great features, and it looks awesome too. The 09 sells for just under $1,000 retail in the United States, and if you're looking for something that will get you from A to B on a little bit of a longer commute with some really good comfort in your ride, this is the e-scooter for you. If you're looking for an e-scooter that's going to last a really long time, this is the e-scooter for you. If you're looking for top-notch support from the manufacturer and the dealer, this is the scooter for you. I can definitely say that too after any number of calls that I've had with Nathan at Rev Rides. I'd really just like to say thanks so much to them for sending over these scooters. They've really been cool. If you want my advice, this is an excellent e-scooter for a lot of riders. It has great features that are more typically found in e-scooters that are $500 more expensive than this one. And I really feel like you're getting your money's worth with this one.